Eunice Downing Jackson as a certified health and wellness coach since 2014. Eunice inspires healthy living around the world and encourages us to go for the 120 and beyond, as per Genesis 6:3. Then the Lord said, my spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. But we should be lucky to live that long. From Pathways Effective Coaching, improvement through positive coaching, 8 to 10 minutes. Tending to my body. That is her subject. Ladies and gentlemen, Eunice Jackson, tending to my body.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, and hello to fellow Toastmasters and guests. And how is everyone doing today? One of my favorite scriptures is, you move the chair out the way. One of my favorite scriptures is 3 John 1 and 2. Beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. And I'm sure that we have all 2022, we've had made plans that we wanted for our health. And now we're down to the last quarter. So repeat after me, tending to my body.
Tending to my body.
Okay, all right. So now we're looking at developing healthy habits. So we're looking at eating healthy foods, sleeping more, drinking more, exercise. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you don't mind sharing, where do you put yourself with this? And then at the end, we'll come back and look at it again. Not this screen, but I'll ask you. Okay, I don't see anybody in the chat, but I guess they're doing it. Okay, all right. Okay, we have the top 10 causes. Thank you. I see 5, 6, 7 good numbers. The top 10 causes of death, and I'm just going to name a few. It's heart disease, diabetes, stroke, kidney, cancer. And this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. One in every woman will get breast cancer in their lifetime. 1 in 8, will get breast cancer in their lifetime. But this does not have to be your story, because research shows that physical activity, along with healthy eating habits, adequate sleep, can reduce the risk of all of these causes that are listed here. And guess what? Your DNA does not determine your destiny. So let's talk about physical activity. I love it when I'm talking to super seniors. They're in their 90s and their 100s, and they are full of vitality. And they will share with me the same advice. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. So here on this screen, you see people that are walking, they're cleaning the house, they're walking their dog. So there's all ways that you can get physical exercise. And exercise, physical activity, actually helps the body to improve the circulation. It improves the blood flow. It helps the heart to pump the blood through the body faster and flushes it through your arteries. You hear people that are suffering with arthritis, they might have fibromyalgia, they may have MS, muscle pain, and what does the doctor do? They recommend physical therapy. Right, so physical activity helps the body to make its own customized medicine. And the CDC recommends physical activity of 100 to 50 minutes a week. That's 5 days a week, 150 minutes. So you can break it down. Sorry for the phone ringing. A moderate to intense of aerobic exercise, which consists of, as I mentioned before, walking, cleaning, gardening. And they also, so in looking at everything, 53% of adults do aerobic exercise. I thought that was pretty good, 53% of Americans doing that. It's better than average for some of these other stats are. However, when you put that with, and going back, aerobic exercise is good for the cardio, diabetes, and the blood flow. But when you put that with strength building exercise, which is things where you're building up your muscles, lifting weights, things that are weight bearing exercise, that drops to 23. And we have to work on that, because when you get to age 40, your muscle mass starts to decrease. So, and what does the muscle mass do? Well, the muscle mass helps to build strong bones. It also helps the body to be more flexible. So physical activity is what you will do. And you want to have a variety. So that's what it is, whatever you will do. So in the chat, and this might encourage others. Oh, I see Anthony Penn has golfing. All right. In the chat, put in what is your favorite physical activity, because that can encourage others. All right, so now we transition into eating. And I want to talk about, so the first meal plan, believe it or not, is actually in the Bible. Yeah, Genesis 1:29. Then God said, I will give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the earth, a whole earth, and every tree has fruit with the seed in it, that they will be your food. So he's telling us right now, God is telling us that fruits and vegetables are the way to go when it comes to your health. Man has spent years and years and years researching this to see if it's really true. And in 2019, this is some of the most recent information, there's others, they plant that, the National Library printed an article that said, I'll just skip down, that plant foods contain a lot of not only vitamins and minerals, but perhaps most importantly, phytonutrients. And I'm going to tell you, an apple has thousands of phytonutrients in it. And some of these phytonutrients, they can't even name yet. So, and then you get one or more of these. I mean, they actually see from eating the fruits and vegetables that they have more than one positive result on your body, improving your cellular structure, the function. So what does this mean? Healthy outcomes. It means an overall improvement in your health. Now, what are we doing? Are we really following God's plan for our health? Well, if you notice, it goes on to say, even though eating fruits and vegetables is a well-known feature of healthy dietary patterns, population intakes continues to be below federal guidelines. And I'm only talking about the US. The country that eats the most fruits and vegetables is China. So we need to learn from China. Okay, so I just want to share. So what are the federal guidelines? A variety of 5 cups of fruits and vegetables a day, 1 cup serving. But that's just the minimum. That's not what you should do. Now, what is, okay, this is not exactly a half a plate, but you should go for the half a plate on your fruits and vegetables, okay? And you want to go for the color. And if you notice, each color, God has designed it, so each color actually identifies with a particular organ in our body. And if you want to improve your health, this is just to maintain it, the 5 cups. If you want to improve it, your health, if you're having health challenges, you have to eat more than that. Yet 10% of Americans, only 10% of Americans actually do eat the recommended amount of fruits and vegetables a day. And if you need help in that area, give me a call. All right. Now let's get on that. Now, if you're in that category with the 10%, give a thumbs up to encourage others, to encourage them to do the same. You may have noticed that God did not mention anything about portion size. And I figured that out. I figured it out on my own because food back then was so potent. It was potent that to the point that men were living to be over 500 years old. Did you know one orange in 1950 was equal to 8 oranges a day today? One apple in 1950 is equal to 5 oranges a day. So food was really, really potent when God wrote Genesis 1:29. So I just want to share with you, your body gives you signals. Listen to the signals that your body is sending you. Tune into your body. Physical activity, healthy eating can reduce the risk of cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, all these health challenges. So I challenge you today to write down, write a note of something, that one thing that you need to work on before the year is out, or improve, or get started in 2022. Thank you. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
You have the floor, the virtual mic.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters. And I want to say thank you to Eunice for such a wonderful speech about the body and tending to the body. Eunice, the first point I want to make, and also thank you for, was your passion. It was very obvious how passionate you are about the body and taking care of the body. I mean, one of the things that really was outstanding is how you project how much you care and that you just want to help people with the information that you had to provide. So thank you for your passion and picking a subject matter that you are absolutely passionate about. Number two, I wanted to talk about your interactive presentation and how cool I thought it was. It was absolutely impressive, as well as professional and clean. I mean, you had your PowerPoint going and you were down in the corner of the screen. I'm like, man, this woman is all technologically advanced, because I would have had no idea how to do that. It was incredible. And that first page, it was so professional and clean looking. I thought it was the makeup section at Macy's. I was like, where is she going with this? We going shopping or something? It was so professional. It looked so good. I thought you did an incredible job. That leads me to my next point, which has to do with your gestures. I think your gestures were outstanding. They were natural and they were congruent with your delivery. The use of your hands is just so amazing. It's like you're signing almost, or drawing, or doing a presentation, full hands. And I think that's definitely just an amazing quality that you have. And I hope you continue to use those wonderful hands that you have in delivering your speeches. My fourth point is about how well organized and informative your speech was. I mean, we went from section to section. We did, physical activity to eating. And the other thing that jumped out to me is you had an excellent use of statistics. I thought it was just overall just very professional. Almost it could be in a corporate setting, trying to help the employees, be active, that sit in their cubicles all day, and how to be more active and how to eat better so they can live longer. Incredible job. My fifth and last point has to do a couple of suggestions for improvements. Number one, you start quoting God's good word, trouble started rising. So phones start going off and, over and over again, trying to stop that good word from going forth. So the point I'm trying to make here is, you got to account for that. So if there's a possibility of phones going off, we got to get those phones off. Let's turn off the cell phones, just, put them off the hook or anything. But I will say this, you handled the distraction well. I didn't even think you needed to bring it up because, I didn't know whose phone was going off, but you did handle that distraction well. The next thing was the play. The point I'm trying to make here is you got to know where your props are. There can't be any, where's this plate at? You need to have that plate right there to be able to grab exactly what you needed. So that suggests that you might need to rehearse that 1 or 2 more times, so that's a little bit smoother. And the last point I want to make, and this is personal to me, it was a sensation that I was feeling. I began to feel like information overload. Like it was a little bit too much information that you could have sort of edited down a little bit. And I started to have an epiphany toward the end of your speech, because I was like, this woman has so much great information that she's starting to rush and she's starting to cram it in. And so that again suggests that you could have pared it down a little bit. But other than that, it was outstanding. Thank you again. I think we all learned something from it. And I really appreciate you giving that speech to us today. Thank you very much.